Hi, Dr. Greg Mendel. We are going to go over blood typing and how to know which ones you might be, and also which ones can donate to who and why. So let's take a look. What I've drawn here is 4 different red blood cells. We went ahead and put the type A, B, and O, and we had the spot plate very similar to how we have in lab, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So, what we're adding to our red blood cells, actually let's do this first. On our red blood cells, we have a protein called an antigen. This, and I'm just making up a shape. It is not a triangle. I just did it because it kind of looks like an A. The next one, we're putting a circle just because why not? And over here on AB, you're going to have the B antigen and an A antigen. And if you're blood type O, you do not have either of these 2 antigens on their blood. There is another one that we're going to talk about called the RH, and you either have it or you don't, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. So what do we do in blood typing? We're going to add something called antibodies. Now, if you are a blood type A, you already do have some antibodies in your blood. You have an antibody B hanging out in your blood. But these don't do anything to you if you are a blood type A. This 3-dimensional shape and this 3-dimensional shape do not match, so they don't agglutinate, they don't stick together. If you are a blood type B, you have an antibody already in your bloodstream that looks like whatever the A looks like, right? So we're going to use this V shape. You'll notice that this A does not match up with the B, and this type B does not match up with the A. Again, you have a antigen and a B antibody in your blood if you are blood type A. If you're blood type B, you have an A antigen, a B antigen and an A antibody. Again, they don't agglutinate or stick together. If you're a blood type AB, you do not have any of these antibodies. If you're a blood type O, you have both floating around in there. So you have both the A and the B. So, how to type your blood? The first thing we're going to do is go over here and look at this. And if you could walk around real quick and so you can see it well. We're going to put a drop of blood here. We're going to put a drop of blood here, and we're going to put a drop of blood here. We're going to add the A antibody or anti-serum, either way, to this. If you are blood type A, your blood will start to kind of stick together in places and do something we call agglutinate. If we put the drop of AB antibody here, it's not going to do anything. Why? You already have the A antibody in your blood, so it won't cause a reaction. However, it caused the reaction here. This one just stayed as a big glop of blood. That should make sense based on you already have that. We have a third one that we did not talk about earlier, but it's called RH. If you have it, and I don't know what we'll draw for this, maybe just like a little square. If you have this particular antigen on your blood, we're going to put the RH antigen. I'll just draw some kind of a shape. If they fit, we're going to have, again, agglutination, where they're just going to kind of stick together. It is an antibody-antigen reaction. It is different than coagulation. Coagulation is blood clotting. This is an antigen-antibody reaction. If this is what yours looks like, you are blood type A positive, because these 2 had a reaction. If this one would have also, you would be type AB, but this would be an A positive. If this did not agglutinate and it stayed solid, it would be A negative. Let's take a look at blood typing and who can donate to who. Can a person with blood type A accept blood? You might want to come around again. Can they accept blood from a blood type A? Yes. Why? because that's their blood type. Nothing really is going to happen. But can they take somebody's blood from blood type B and put those red blood cells in their body? What would happen is this antibody would meet up with that antigen and you'd have a reaction. So far they can accept from A. They cannot take from B. Can they take from AB? If you look at a person's blood type with AB, remember they have two different antigens. Antigen A, antigen B on their red blood cell. If you introduce that to your bloodstream, your antibodies will agglutinate and attack and attach to their blood. So type AB, we cannot put that in our body. What about blood type O? There is no antigens hanging off this blood cell. So will it have a reaction in the body? The answer is no. This cannot attach to it. So you can take from O. A and O are the two blood types you can take from. Blood type B, can you receive from B? Yes, you can accept from your own. Can they take from A? Remember that you have a antibody. You'd be putting A antigens into your body. They will agglutinate. A would not be a good idea. Blood type AB. Again, A antibody here, A antigen. If you put it in, it's going to have a problem. So AB, not a great idea. Blood type O, there is no antigens, nothing for this A antibody to attach to, so we can use O. So B, O, we can take their blood. Blood type AB, so far they've given to A, they've given to B, and there was a problem. Can they give to themselves? Yes, that would make sense. Can they take from A? Can they take from B? Remember that they already have both of these antigens. So if you put A blood here, will it work? They've already got that antigen on there, so they can take from A. Can they take from B? Remember, they already have the antigen here. They can take from B. Can they take from O? They don't have any antibodies, so they won't attack that either. They can take from all four. Therefore, this one, blood type AB, is considered the universal acceptor. They can take anybody's blood and it won't affect them. Let's look at blood type O. Can they take from blood type A? They have an antibody against the antigen of A. They cannot take from A. Can they take from B? Again, there is an antibody against that antigen. They cannot take from it. Can they take from AB? You have two antibodies attacking two antigens. That would be a double trouble. So they can only accept their own blood. But notice they can give here and here and here. So blood type O cannot take from anybody else, but they can give to everyone. They're considered the universal donor. I think that's it. Hi, Dr. Mendel again. Let's add the very last thing here, and that is that some people have the other antigen, which is the Rh positive and negative, just in case I didn't clear it up. So we saw here where some people have an antigen A, some people have an antigen B. We see what the antibodies look like, but some people have another one, and we're going to call this the Rh. And I'm just going to make this in a square. Either you have it or you do not. And so we have a separate antibody, and we'll just make the shape look like this. If you put this antibody in with the red blood cells, if they are Rh positive, this will fit. Therefore, their blood will attach, other red blood cells will attach, and we have that process again called agglutination. So if it agglutinates with the Rh, you have the antibody attaching to your antigen. You're positive. If nothing happens, it's because you don't have that antigen, and you're negative.